All right, I think I've got about 75, maybe 80 items. I didn't count, but it's a bins haul. And I'm just gonna start with it since my videos can drag on. This was a location that I was having a really tough time with for the first 3 hours, 4 hours. I went to grab lunch and I came back dreadingly. Is that even the right word? And I found some decent stuff. So most of the good stuff was found in the last 2 to 3 hours. This is one of them. This is Equipment Femme. And this is just a little, sorry dog, I'm gonna block you, okay? This is just a little shift dress, kind of a shirt. Yeah, it's button front all the way down. It's just a nice silk dress. This brand is definitely a favorite at the bins just because usually the items are silk and they're really lightweight. This is a size medium. It looked adorable on my mannequin. And with that brand used to do better for me a few years ago. I still love picking it up because I like the styles and they still sell, but they don't sell as quickly for me. So with that one, I'm expecting probably somewhere between 35, 40. 3 years ago, I maybe would have been able to get 50 to 60. So I don't know if it's just that they produce more or the demand just isn't there anymore, but they do have classic styles and that's what I appreciate about it. All right, this is a Lululemon Scuba hoodie. And I'm always anxious or like a little nervous picking up Scuba hoodies because there are a lot of fakes out there, but I try to do my due diligence to look for all the telltale signs. There are articles online that you can read on how to spot a fake Lululemon Scuba hoodie, but I do look for all the markers of the branding in all the right places. The Scuba hoodies have the logo up here, and this one does have a size dot. It's just, yeah, one of their more classic hoodies. You can see the little logo. And I can't remember what size this was. This was 6 or something like that. Already spending too much time on it. Anyways, Scuba hoodies. This is another item that they don't get as much as they used to for me. But if it looks like it's authentic and it's in good shape, I do pick them up. With that, I'll probably get somewhere maybe 35 to 40. So just depends on how long it sits. This one, actually, I have 2 that need to be shipped out today. And this is one of them. And I was tempted to keep this, but just because we're going into the right season, it's kind of just a nice jacket. I already have a lot of jackets that I love. I don't need another one, but this is a gray, sorry, Boo. I feel like you're in the way, but I'm gonna have to keep blocking you. And I'm surprised you're still sitting there. So this is just a gray kind of mid-length jacket. This is Athleta and it's a size XL. And I tried to find this exact style name multiple times. There were similar ones, but not this exact one that I found. So, or did I end up finding it? If I found the exact name, I'll write it on the screen. But it's a great quality jacket. This did sell it sold in a bundle of 2 items. The bundle, I think, sold for $100. This was the higher I priced this at $100. So it was basically about like 32% off my asking price, which I'm thrilled with. So it's a heavier item because it's a jacket. It's not like super heavy, but it's a heavier item. So it probably cost me, $4 to $5 at the bins, but still to get into $65-ish, I think that's great. Here's a lightweight, kind of semi-sheer, or at least semi-sheer on the top, tee. And this is All Saints. All Saints is an expensive brand, but a lot of their items don't sell quickly or for much for me, unless it's like a really killer piece. Like I just sold an All Saints jacket that was men's that sold for $250 or $230 or something. So some All Saints can do really well. That was a leather jacket. This will probably only get 20 to 25. But I did Google Lens this and I did find the exact style name. No, actually, yeah, it's just written on the tag. So this is the Zane Rock Tee, R-O-K-T. So yeah, 20 to 25, that's what I'm expecting. This one was kind of fun because when I did a search, I found a couple actresses had worn this. Selena Gomez, I think, was one of them. This is another All Saints, and this was easy to look up because the style name is usually on the material tag. Hi, dog. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Is that you want to be in the picture today? Huh? Or is it because I have this bag on your, I'm sorry, I have this bag on your bed. I'm sorry, Boo. You can lay on your bed now. Come here. You can come lay over. You can come lay on your bed. Up. I'm sorry. I've disturbed. I haven't filmed in this spot in such a long time. I used to film here all the time. I think she's like, what are you doing back on the floor? I thought we moved on from this. Anyways, this is a US size 10 All Saints hooded jacket. Another one I was tempted to keep, especially because I ripped, or I didn't rip. I had a couple holes in my favorite kind of army green jacket, but this is just kind of a really good hood. I love a good hood. This is a little snug on my arms, so I would say this is more like, yeah, it's definitely a little snug. I can't really move it past that. Plus, I'm not going to because then I would rip it. But this style, there is a small spot, faint spot that I noted, and even with that, I think I priced this at $100, somewhere around there, and I'm still expecting, $70, maybe $80 for that. So already, all this good stuff was at the last 2 to 3 hours after suffering for 3 to 4 hours. So I was glad I went back, even though it was slightly painful. Now this is just American Eagle, but this is a mom jean, and it's also a size, I think it was a decent size, size 12 long. So it's definitely, I remember in my first 3 months reselling, before I was on YouTube, I was watching a lot of people. It wasn't even a lot of people because we didn't have that many people on YouTube that were selling on Poshmark. And at the time, that's all I was selling on. And I just remember one of the main Poshmark sellers on YouTube at the time was saying she didn't pick up printed jeans, or she basically, she stopped picking them up. And I've picked them up since then, but I can understand. I don't know. Most of them don't sell quickly or for much. So I just figured, because these are 12 long, this is technically printed, but it's also kind of a somewhat neutral style. I don't know. Anyways, we'll see. But mom jean, that still is in for people. The year on this is actually a few years old, so it's not like a recent style, but I still grabbed it. I'm still hoping for 20, maybe 25 for that. All right, Mate the Label. I first heard about this brand from Laura Von V, and I was out at the bins with her when she was living in LA, and I think she found it, or we were talking about it. I had never found it at the time, and since then I found it a couple times. It is a trendier brand, but I think the tee that I picked up didn't sell for that much. The comps for these aren't extraordinarily high, so I think it's I'll still pick it up at the bins if it's reasonably priced at a thrift store, but I would probably look up the styles because it's not some like quick seller for me or for super high dollar. But I think she knew someone that had gone to a Mate the Label party or something, like an influencer party, and that's how we were talking about it. So anyways, and at the time I hadn't found it, so I was like, oh, that's on my list to find. So I found it since then a couple times. These are just a pair of straight leg, kind of a raw hem. Is that a little fuzz? Just a pair of sweatpants. So, nothing too exciting for this brand, but it still is kind of going into the right season. It is 100% organic cotton, made in LA. So, and it's a size medium. Comfort, casual. I can't remember how I priced this, but if I could get 30, maybe 35, I may have priced a little high, but it's because I don't, some brands, when you don't pick them up all that often, you don't have that much experience. And so you're kind of going off comps, but all right, this is Bordeaux, which I found this recently with a Nordstrom tag. So I know they for sure at least sell this at Nordstrom, if not other places. This is a navy blue dress. I feel like this is a really nice wedding dress. And you can see kind of the eyelet detail, the ruffle detail. It does run a little small. It wouldn't fit on my size 6 mannequin, and this is a US size 6. So I would say this probably is better for a US size 4 because there really isn't stretch. But Bordeaux, the white dress I had that I found with tags sold very quickly, and then the person didn't end up paying. So that was relisted. And I think I priced both of these around 50 or 60. So, or maybe this one less because it's not new with tags. Anyways, if I could get, 35-ish, maybe up to 40 for that, that would be awesome. Anything from the bins that I can get more than $20, I'm like, that's a great pickup for me because it's just so affordable to buy. And I like selling things at the $25 to $30 price point. It's just, I don't know, it makes me happy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the $100 items too. All right, I think this is Free People, but I'm struggling to find the label. I thought this was perfect for fall. It's kind of just that, it actually kind of matches my tile. Like that rust. Yeah, Free People. So this is a size extra small, but it's oversized. When I got this on the mannequin under the lights, unfortunately, I did notice a faint spot. So I did have to note that. I'm still listed it. I'm still hoping maybe for 10 to 15, make a small profit. But if it didn't have the spot, I'd still only expect 20 to 25. It's not like it's a high dollar item, but I liked the color. Here's another good seasonal item. It's Barefoot Dreams, and it's the Cozy Chic Ultra Light. This one was kind of unusual because it's just a little pullover sweater. You know, most of the time Barefoot Dreams, I found a lot of the robes and cardigans, but I don't really think I found kind of a simple pullover sweater. It does have the little tie on the bottom, but they do have a style number on their material tag, so it's very easy to find the exact style name. I was surprised some of the comps for these were still in the 40-ish range, and so I aimed a little high since we're going into the right season, but 35, 40 is probably probably 35 is what I'm expecting. And I did sell a pair of Barefoot Dreams pants one time, like lounge pants. Those actually sold pretty quickly too, but we'll give that a go. This one was a new brand for me, and white at the bins, always a risk, but this is Antica Santeria. I think it's Santeria. It's cursive, and I have a hard time reading cursive. I can't even read my own writing half the time. So this is just a little white blouse. This brand actually does have some decent comps for a lot of the items. Now this does have a small, tiny hole. It's kind of a gauzy feel, so I'm not surprised. This is 100% cotton. And yeah, some of the comps for some of the dresses by this brand, I mean, retail for this brand was like $300, $400, $500 for a lot of pieces. So there is the tiny hole, so I might only get 20, 25. I'm not expecting too much, but I did like the style. And I still think with a pair of shorts on vacation, this is just a really great, in my opinion, great piece, classic piece. Another, like, it's not white, but it's an ivory. Sometimes I'm just like, why do I do this to myself? Because half the time I get them home and they are flawed, but I still do it to myself. And sometimes I can get out the stains. So I guess maybe that's why I just like to take a risk every once in a while. This is a dress by NBD, and this is an XL, which is great. NBD, it's a little hard to read, is sold on Revolve, maybe some other places. I have sold it once or twice. It's not something I find all the time, but I did find this style. It's just a dress with just an elastic kind of smocked waist, and then the V-neck, and then each shoulder area has a little tie. This is a pretty mini style, but the comps were kind of all over the place with this exact style and similar styles. So because it's an XL, because it doesn't appear to have any flaws, I did aim a little high. If I could get 40, 45, that would be great, but we will see. It's not the right season, so I'm not sure how long that will take to sell. If this were just one size larger, I think actually this would fit me, but I don't need it. It's just bread and butter J. Jill for me. It's size medium. I do like this color scheme. No surprise whatsoever. But it's kind of semi-sheer, so you'd probably want to wear like a little cami underneath. But I think this is just a nice fall transitional piece because it's still lightweight if it's in the 60-degree weather, but it's still nice with a pair of jeans and some boots. So I'll probably get 20 for that. This is a brand I've actually sold a few times recently, and I'm always kind of surprised. It's just a boutique brand. It's not super cheap, but it doesn't always feel like the best quality. So it's ASTR, Esther. This is a size large, and I thought this was just a nice blouse that could easily be layered under a cardigan for fall, easy to transition into spring and summer. So I like those pieces that you can just kind of wear multiple seasons. And even though this is floral, I don't know, I like wearing florals all year long. So I don't really see that as like a non-fall piece. I just think it's a really nice piece to layer. So this is Sincerely Jules. This used to be a blogger, and then she created a brand, and then I don't think this brand exists anymore. I still find it occasionally. This I felt like was just a nice, cozy little cropped sweater. It kind of has Barefoot Dreams feel, not as soft, but you know. So just that cozy, neutral. I could see someone wearing this with some high-waisted jeans, a little tank, or, you know, crop top underneath, and a pair of boots. And it's just, I don't know, neutrals, cozy. That screams fall to me. So this was the last time I went to the bins with my mom before she broke her wrist. She's fine. She did have to have surgery and she's recovering. So she actually won't be able to go to the bins with me for a while, which I'm bummed about because she's she's my OG bins buddy. And, even though we source for different things, we kind of keep an eye out for things for each other. She has an antique booth and I obviously sell online. But I saw this in a shoe bin and it was heavily stained, all around the neckline. I was like, no, I'm not taking home the project. My mom spotted it later and she brought it to me and I was like, oh, I already saw that. Is that a condor? No, I don't think so. A bird, California condor. They do fly around me and they are tagged, so you can usually tell, but they're giant birds. Anyways, so she picked this up and I said, no, it's just too stained. She said, do you want me to take it home and try it? I was like, oh, now she's like making me feel guilty that I won't just soak a top, you know? The reason why it was kind of worth it is it's Ted Baker size 5, which Ted Baker size 5 for women's, I think, is an XL. And I have only found this size once before. Now it does run small. So this actually looks nice on my size 6 mannequin. And because it's lace, it doesn't really have a lot of stretch. It's also kind of more of a spring summer item, but I did get the stains out. I just gave it a good soak overnight and there's no evidence of stains. And it's just kind of a nice little classic feminine piece. So yeah, the comps for Ted Baker have always been mixed for me. It's never been a brand to move quickly for me, but it usually does sell for a decent amount. So with that, due to the size, it might take a while, but I'm hoping for 35, maybe up to 40 for that. All right, so this was a mistake of mine when I listed, and this has happened once before. Sometimes I'm listing late at night. Sometimes I'm multitasking and watching, like right now I'm watching Handmaid's Tale every once in a while. And so if I'm listing and doing something else, sometimes I make mistakes. It happens. This one I listed or I drafted, and when I was watching TV, and then I went to go list it the next day and I didn't catch that I had I didn't correct the price. So I start my eBay drafts from my other listings. And so I go in and just edit some things, and I didn't change the price on this. I had just recently sold a Jam's World pair of shorts. And so I just took that listing and then I just carried it over. And that pair of shorts I listed at $29. So this, I'm pretty sure I'm getting these numbers right. This, I accidentally didn't change the price and I listed it the next day for $29. And immediately, within a minute of me listing it, I had an offer of $21 or something. And I saw this lowball offer and I was like, man, that's really low, because I was going to price it at $129, like way higher. And because some people have these listed for $300, I don't know the difference between Jam's World button front shirts, but some of them can go for $300. Some of them sell for $40. So I don't know the difference. I'm kind of price in that middle range and just run with it. So right as I canceled the thing, it said this listing has been canceled, or this listing has ended, I think is what it says on my phone when I cancel something on eBay. And immediately after, I got a notification that someone bought it outright for the $29. And I was like, how did this happen? So I immediately messaged the buyer and I said, I'm so sorry for the confusion. There's a couple errors in this listing and I just canceled it, but you purchased it at the same time. We're talking like they must have hit the button at the same time I hit cancel. So I told them I was going to contact eBay and that this, I was going to have to cancel their sale. And they were very upset because it was inaccurately priced. And they're probably a reseller that's going to flip it. So I contacted eBay, I explained the issue. I said, I didn't get a screenshot. I was just so confused, but it did say this listing has ended, and then immediately after. And so they took down notes. I did not get penalized in any way, shape, or form. I said I had already canceled it and already contacted the buyer. The buyer kept emailing me and was upset. But the other thing was that I accidentally listed this under a women's shirt and it's a men's shirt. Now a woman could wear it, but so I had the price wrong and then I had the gender wrong. And so I canceled it. I relisted it correctly. It has 5 or 6 watchers, I think, but it's got some animals on the front and then it's got a floral it's almost like a hippie floral print on the back. This is Jam's World size large. I just didn't know how to price. So I went a little high, kind of mid of some people have these listed way higher than me. There is a very small flaw. I noted it, but we'll see. I mean, if I could get $100 for a really lightweight top like that, even if I got 80 or 90, if it sat for, too long, I would be thrilled. I mean, again, the second part of this bins day was just thank you. Thank you to the bins gods, because I was, I think I was just at the place. I even told my mom that day, like, maybe we can just go to a couple of my favorite thrift stores. I don't feel like going and digging for more junk. And it wasn't that it was junk. I just wasn't finding anything good the first 4 hours. And that's just hard. It is hard to drive 2 hours, to wake up early, to go dig for 4 hours. And we've all been there. I know I'm not alone in that, but it was so worth it to go back and stay for the rest of the day. So this is Anthropologie Odile. I just, this is a adorable style. This is not a brand that's from Anthropologie that sells for much or sells quickly. It's got a little bit of smocking up here. It's got a tie. It's kind of dainty, feminine. And I thought this was a nice fall piece with the color scheme. Not too orangey, but has a little bit of that touch. So with this, I'll probably get hopefully $20 because it is such a great style, but it is a smaller size. So we'll see. It might be close, 18, maybe down to 15 if it doesn't sell for a while. So just being realistic, but it's also lightweight and I will make a good profit. All right. This is another Anthropologie, which is Pilcrow in the letterpress. And this is a style of boyfriend short or boyfriend jeans. I believe they have little gold, like rose gold polka dots all over. And then they have the distressing. So I'm pretty sure they're kind of a relaxed fit or supposed to be. So and they do have just a little bit of stretch, but I don't know. I mean, it's not something that I would wear. I'm not this bold. I'm fairly basic, but I thought someone could wear this with just a neutral sweater and it would probably be pretty cute. So with those, I couldn't find any of the exact ones as far as comps, but $30 maybe. I priced a lot of this, or I listed a lot of this a few weeks ago. So it's always a struggle of like, how much should I list that for? But everything that I listed from this haul, and I'm usually expecting about 20 to 30% off, unless it sits for a while. All right, Theory, size 2. These I like just because they're kind of a chambray. They have elastic on the back. I love when there's a little bit of elastic, just a little give. These are, I think, a really great travel summer pant. I believe these are linen blend. I think that's right. I could not find the material tag on this. They kind of feel like a linen cotton blend, if I had to guess. Probably more cotton than linen, but you can see the wrinkles from probably the linen portion. But, not necessarily the right season, but they are a great basic, and I'm all about that comfort. And Theory is an expensive brand. These probably retail for $200. So I probably will only get 25, maybe 30 for those, but lightweight at the bins and comfort. Just comfort. Absolutely. This was a collab I've never seen. Madewell and number 6. I mean, the only number 6 that I know of isn't there a UK skincare makeup brand that's number 6? So I'm not sure if this is affiliated with that or if it's something completely different. If you know about this collab, feel free to leave some info below. I did do a Google image search and found someone else had listed this pretty high, like 60 or something. But the comps were indicating I'll probably just get 35, 40 for this. But it is pretty cute. It's got little higher neck, ruffle sleeves, and I love a good black floral. If I had to wear one thing for the rest of my life, it would be black floral tops or black floral dresses. I feel like they're classic. I also like a little moodiness with how I personally dress. So I'm drawn to darker, like blacks, black clothing in general. But as I'm wearing a nude color, I was so excited about this. This was not 2 bins trips in a row, but I skipped a bins trip of Finding Johnny Was. And this is not my size. I kept the other one. I'm actually thinking about listing it because it's no longer the season. I got a few wears out of it. So that one will actually probably get listed. And I've worn that in some videos. This is extra small and it's a tunic. could be a mini dress, but look at how adorable this is. I don't know if you can see how intricate and detailed it is. And then you've got these beautiful sleeves. Now, for some reason, I have noticed Johnny Was dresses always have lower comps than tunics. So if it is kind of a mini style dress and I'm a little unsure of what it is, I will always list it under a tunic because the comps just seem to be a little bit higher with those. You guys can tell me if you've noticed anything strange about that, but Johnny Was dresses comps are usually lower, which surprises me because usually dresses are worth a little bit more. I don't know. It's just this strange thing I've noticed over the last couple of years. And I've sold a lot of Johnny Was and I'm still always excited to find it because I just think this boho look is always going to be some people's favorite despite trends and all of that. So also this is like a really great vacation piece. Anyways, if it were my size, I'm hoping for about 60, maybe 70, probably about 60 for that. All right. Shout out to Mom. This may have been one of the best finds of the day. Oh gosh, the last few hours I'm just so thankful for. And she came up to me, and anytime I see something just like weird, I'm so giddy and excited because, you know, sometimes you just list a lot of the same looking stuff and then you get some pop. This is a new designer for me, and Scanlan Theodore, runway designer, which is obvious based off of this. I don't know if you can see it. It has almost like a feather-like look, but it's not feathers. It just has that look. Very tiny. I think I found a size somewhere. I think I found a material tag. Yes, size 6, made in Australia, fabric from Italy, and it's got some style number and it says chartreuse. So specialist, dry clean only. It's polyester, but it says fabric is of delicate nature. Any contact with rough surfaces and sharp objects may result in pulls and damages to the cloth. Great care must be taken whilst wearing this piece. I did find one listed in the UK or something like that, and I think it was listed for $300. I will put what I listed this under. I think I listed it a little high because it's a new brand, it's a new designer to me. The other one was listed pretty high overseas. I think I started this at $199, and I'll write on the screen if I'm correct, but it's super tiny because if it's designed in Australia, then the size 6 would be a US size 2, I believe. I only know this because I studied abroad in Australia, and I remember having to buy 2 sizes up from me, and I was always like, man, this doesn't feel great, but oh geez. Okay. There's a skunk somewhere in my neighborhood, and I just got a whiff. Oh man. Please let it not be on my property. I feel like I need to close my windows. I'm going to do that. I know. Is it stinky in here, boo? You don't care. You're just eating some chicken, right? I know. Can you go lay in your bed? Go ahead. Okay. We have really great directions around here. You can lay right there. You can lay down. I know. You're just very ornery today. All right. So here's some stuff I found at the earlier part. I have a couple more bags here. It's a big haul. These are some items I found in the first half of the day. Most of these where I need product. And that, because I only go thrifting about once a week, you know, I kind of have to pick the best of what I can find. And sometimes it's not always the most exciting. Lulu's isn't terrible. It's a pink skirt. It's a little tiny. It's not the right season. I still think it's cute. Whoops. Excuse me. All right. So this is, I believe it's a size 6 or something like that. Size medium, but it definitely runs small and there's no stretch. So I don't know. I just felt like there were a number of things that a lot of the stuff that I'm about to show didn't really excite me too much. But with that, I'm still hoping maybe, I'm throwing stuff, maybe I can get about $20 for it. This is a Prana men's kind of shacket, which I do like picking up shackets. I think it's great for fall and winter. Prana, size large, but it does have a stain here that I could not get out. And I did notice it at the bins, but again, this was at the time where I'm like, I'm not finding anything. It's a heavier weight kind of shirt, almost has like a thermal material lined on the inside. And yeah, I mean, it's still a great item. I would still wear this. I would buy this in this condition because I would probably be like working outside during cold days, that type of thing if I were a guy. So I think it'll still sell, but because I couldn't get that spot out, I might only get 25 versus I might be able to get 40 if it were in good condition. So this actually was interesting to me. It was another new designer, and this has Kim Kardashian, or the Kardashian family is connected to this designer somehow. They've worn him. It's going to be hard to show. So I'm just going to kind of, so this not collaboration, this, what is the word? This line of his is called the Unravel Project, but his name is Ben Tavernetti. So again, hopefully you can kind of read it. Is it no, I think that's the only marker. So I thought when I picked these up that these were men's jeans because they just kind of scream a men's style, but these are actually supposed to be oversized. And is it Hailey Bieber? Is that her name? Bieber's, she's the model. She's worn these super oversized. There's a couple different styles. I just knew that something like this kind of stood out to me, like, okay, to create something new, you must first destroy. The only other marker or tag was this, which didn't mean anything to me. But I did look up very mixed comps, but this is a designer. I don't know who's shopping for it. It's also just a very unique style. I think that the measurements of this, it was like super oversized. If I can find a picture, I'll try and insert one of someone wearing similar style jeans. Some of them, it was supposed to be like worn with a belt and cinched up. Interesting. Anyways, learn something new every day. I'm going to try and sell it. I don't know how quickly it will sell, who's looking for it, but something new to try, which I love. All right, this actually wasn't too bad. And I found this in the first part of the day. So it was like a glimmer of hope for me. It was a new Anthropologie brand, or at least this brand has been sold at Anthropologie. So it wasn't on their brand list, so I'm guessing it wasn't recent, but I did find some stock photos that were clearly Anthropologie of different items. So absolutely beautiful maxi dress. Love, love, love the colors, the black, this kind of lime green and purple. And then it's strapless with a little bit of a sweetheart chest area. Pretty tiny, size 0. Couldn't put this on a mannequin, so it's probably not the best pictures, but it's silk. It's absolutely beautiful. There is, I think, a little faint spot that I found somewhere. Either way, if there was a spot, I noted it, and I just really like this style. Someone tiny will probably rock this. So we'll see. It's the first time of finding that brand for me. I think I priced around 60 maybe. So if I could get 40, that would be awesome. This is a pair of Madewell, and this style I've sold a number of times, which is the, it's from spring of 2019, so a few years old. It's basically the Emmett wide leg crop, I believe. So I've sold this style in different colors and prints and all that stuff. I thought this was pretty cute for fall, except there is a small hole somewhere, and I just had to disclose that. Yeah, it's right here. It's kind of on the side near one of the seams. So that was kind of disappointing. It's like someone, snagged something when they were walking, but I think that's so minor. I still am hoping for maybe 2025. If it didn't have that small hole, I maybe would be hoping for 35, 40. So this I grabbed and forgot to look up, but it was new with tags, and I thought it was a pretty cute style. Villa clothing. It looked like it was something, but then I looked it up and it's not anything, which is always disappointing. Partly because it was European sizing. There is pricing here, but I didn't do any sort of calculation in my head, and there's no US pricing. So the European price was $49.99. So I grabbed it. I meant to look it up. I might only get $20 for this. This is not a high-end brand by any means, but it is it's a size 40. I think that translated to a size 10 or 12 in US. And it looked pretty cute on the mannequin. So I don't know. It might not get much, but hopefully someone enjoys it at some point. And it is new with tags. So I picked up this pair of rag and bone jeans and shorts. I don't know. I don't know why I picked them up. They do sell for me. They usually just take a year or two, the shorts at least, unless it's some like super recent style. But these are lightweight. They're such an easy photograph. I just don't know why I do. Sometimes it's just like, just leave that behind. But this was in the early part of the day. I needed listings. I needed products. So this will probably take a year to sell, and it will probably only sell for $20, $25. But I'm just being transparent. It will still be a return. And I am okay with holding on to some stuff for a while, because the most important thing for me is to find product. And yeah. All right, this is Kate Spade. This is a little kid's 12-year. My mom picked this up and brought it to me. So thanks, Mom. I thought this was pretty cute. It's like a little swim cover up. I'm assuming that's what it is because it's obviously sheer. But I did find a couple listed like this and a couple solds. Mixed comps, but I'm expecting probably somewhere between 25, probably around 25, maybe 30. I think it's pretty cute. I mean, I don't know who's buying Kate Spade for their, no, 12-year. 12, why? That's 12-year? Is that tiny for a 12-year-old? I don't know. That seems tiny. I mean, that's preteen. I don't know. No, 12, yeah, because 12 month is 12M. I think it says 12Y. So I'm assuming that's translating, and it looks a little small for a 12-year-old, but who knows? Maybe designer kid stuff also runs small. This is American Eagle Outfitters. This I knew wasn't going to get very much, but again, in the first part of the day, I thought this would look cute on the mannequin. It's a size medium, and it does look cute on the mannequin. I just thought maybe this was a nice fall piece with some high-waisted jeans. You know, just kind of a classic striped. So I love a good ruffle accent. So with that, I'm expecting maybe 15. Here's a Nike tee. Nike at the bins, if it's in good condition, I don't mind picking it up. As long as I just know I'm probably only going to get about $12 to $15 for this. I do like the swoosh, dramatic swoosh on the front, and I do like a green, like this color on guys I really like. So this is a size medium, I believe. Again, probably only 12 to 15 for this, but lightweight, easy photo. That stuff like doesn't wrinkle very easily, which is really nice. This is a Speedo New with Tags swimsuit. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing fancy about it. It's originally priced at $49. And this is just a classic racer back, good for swimming laps. It's not really like a style thing, but I'm assuming I'll be able to get about 20 for that, which isn't bad. Again, I don't mind $20 items from the bins. It's a great return. This is, I know I've said this incorrectly and I've said it correctly, and I say onesie. I don't think it's onesie, because onesie would be going against, doesn't onesie, isn't that trademarked by a certain brand? I think it's onsie or onesie, but you guys can let me know down below, and I probably won't remember for the next time. This is a size small, medium, and the material tag is a little worn, but other than that, it's just a pair of leggings, blue with these black sheer panels, and I'll probably get 18 to 20 for that. Put stuff in bags and not on the floor. All right, another bag of clothing, and I do have a few pairs of shoes and accessories. Not that many. I didn't find that much this day, but that is okay. This is REI, just a pullover, perfect for the season. This is a size medium. There is some pilling a little bit, so you can see on the tag there's some light pilling, and then there's some light pilling on the inside. But this is definitely kind of a warmer material, and it's hooded, which is great. It also has some reflective accents, which is also great if you're going on a hike or run at night, just to be able to have some visibility. So men's, I believe, and even in this condition, I'm still expecting, 15 to 20. But at least it's the right season. I do have something in here that sold. So my second sold that's got to be shipped out today. It's in this bag, I think. And I put it on auction, and it was a really surprising one. So I can't wait to share that one with you. I've got two pairs of Mother Denim. Mother Denim, always a little hard to read on the tag. but it's an expensive brand. These probably retailed for $250, but sometimes when I find them at the bins or the thrift store, they have some significant pulling or puckering, or even some holes. Like I feel like sometimes the denim is a little bit thin in some places. So, and some of the styles don't really sell that much or that quickly for me. So I still picked these up. This style is the Maverick, which I don't think I've picked up before, but kind of on trend with the more straight boot cut type of leg. It's a nice wash. These are pretty tiny. I think these are size 26. So yeah, I thought the color on this was pretty nice, and I did aim a little bit high. Again, I don't think I've sold this style before. So if I could get 40, 45, that would be great. This one, I feel like this one had some sort of issue. Does it have an issue? I don't know. Size 26. This one's distressed, raw hem, and this one is the Stunner Ankle Fray, which is one of their more common ones, and I have sold this style many times. Now, because this is a skinny leg, some people might say I'm not buying any more skinnies. Some people are still buying skinnies, so still a good quality pair. I think this had like a little tiny spot on it, but either way, I'm not gonna waste your time. The listing is accurate. I think with this, I'm expecting probably closer to like 30, 35. I thought this was a really nice fall piece just because it's the color and corduroy. BDG, which is Urban Outfitter, size 29. And yeah, I mean, it's a bold statement. Again, it matches my floor or it's very close to my floor. I don't think I could rock something like this personally. It's not my style, but I could see someone walking on the street wearing this and be like, they're pretty cool. You know, like, do you ever have those things? Those are sometimes my favorite things to thrift, like that skirt, the feathery one. Like I would never wear something like that, but then I could see someone and I'm like, they are so awesome and fun. I don't know. I've accepted that I'm just never going to be a trendy, fashionable person. I like my neutrals. I like my basics, but I also can appreciate other people's style. This is a men's theory jacket and it's size medium. This is a really nice transitional, like fall, spring, lightweight for winter, or like if it's a not too cold day. The sleeve material is like, has some stretch. And then the rest of the material is more of like a, you know what I mean? The sound. Why do I do this? Yeah. So anyways, it's a great basic. Navy blue men's jacket. I already had a lowball offer on this, and I think I have a couple watchers. Again, that probably retailed for a few $100s. Great piece. If I could get 40 to 50, I'd be stoked. I've learned I don't pick up Fabletics very often. Most of the time because there's no pull tag, and so I don't know the size, and I've made that mistake before. This one does have a pull tag, and while I know it's not going to get a lot of money, I thought this was a really fun winter item for working out. So you could layer this when you're on your way to the gym and have something warm over your leggings and your tank top. I just thought it was pretty cute. And, you know, I don't typically wear this. Yeah, I mean, it's not a style I would personally wear, but size medium, Fabletics, cropped, perfect for the season. I'll probably only get about 20, maybe up to 25 for this, but probably 20. You know, Fabletics, they do all those deals and whatnot. So it's not a brand that I would probably ever buy at a regular thrift store, but I have bought it a couple times at the bins. We'll see if this one sells. It's worth a shot. All right, Anthropologie, hey hey or he he. I like hey hey just because it's like hey hey, you know, there's like a little bit of a flair with that. He doesn't sound as exciting or fun. So, but who knows how they actually say it. This is just a little blazer, casual. I thought this was a nice fall pair with jeans, a pair of boots, cute little top underneath. This does have mixed material, so the back is a little bit fun. But yeah, I'll probably only get about 25 for this, but I thought it was pretty cute. Size US 4, and we will see. I see the dress, the vintage dress. So we're getting closer. This is Helly Hansen, and a great winter jacket. Nice color. I believe this was a men's. I think this is a men's. So yeah, some of the comps for Helly Hansen jackets are 100 plus. Some are only 40 to 50. I don't know necessarily the difference. Usually there's some markers on the inside that tell me, like, does this one have it? Like if it has any sort of specific snow or rain material. But I did a Google image search and I was able to find the style name. I think I aimed a little bit high because we're going into the right season, but it also has a couple faint spots. So if I could get 60, 70 for this, that would be awesome. This is a skirt that I didn't realize it had this pilling. I saw a little bit of pilling, but I was so quick. So you can see a little bit of pilling here. There's no damage to the outside of the skirt, and it's just so comfy looking. I think it's a really nice midi skirt. I could see this. You could see a little bit of like a draping effect. This is just the lining that wouldn't, show. But I don't know. This just looks really comfortable. I could see this being really great with a pair of sandals and a tank top. Easy, casual, but kind of cute. Or even with a pair of boots and a sweater. This could also be worn in the fall. So Maeve, with the pilling, I'm probably only expecting about 15 to 20 because some people can't look past that. I still think it's pretty cute. Size medium. I would wear it, but my standards are pretty low. I just go off of comfort. All right, let's get to this vintage piece. So this was a hot mess at the bins, but vintage that's not marked is like my least favorite thing to pick up because it stresses me out. So with this piece, instead of trying to figure out every detail or try to be accurate in my description, I put it on auction. I started at $49. I saw some comps for similar dresses that were unbranded, selling for $300. And I'm like, sometimes the safest thing for me is if I buy something at the bins for this probably cost me $3. And if I got $50 in 7 days for it, and I did very little effort of research or anything like that, sometimes that's the way I want to go. And if the market dictates that it needs to go higher, then all the better. So I spotted this and it was heavily stained on the bottom half. I'll show you a little bit because I got most of it out. But do you see the detail on this? Absolutely stunning. It was like a ball mess in the bins. So definitely not something that looked all that attractive. But I just thought the detail on this was so stunning. I don't know how this is worn because it's sheer on the top, whatever. I grabbed it. I decided, what's the worst that can happen? I can soak it overnight for 24 hours, see if I can get some of the stains out and list it under auction because I don't know. I don't know the year. There's some like weird lighting thing. And I'm not going to spend too much time on it because this isn't my passion. I like picking up vintage pieces every once in a while for a little bit of entertainment and to try different things, but it's not my passion to learn all things vintage. I don't know where it is, and it's partly because the lighting. Basically, on the bottom part of this, there was like significant orange staining. Now, I got most of it out. I did note that there were a couple spots that I couldn't get out, faint. But I decided to put it on auction, and the sad thing was that I put it on auction on a Saturday night, not thinking anything of it. It's not the best time. It's not the day or time I would typically put an auction. Like I would usually do a Monday or Tuesday, maybe even a Sunday night. But I like a Monday or Tuesday when people are just like beginning of the week. They're probably home after work. I don't know. It's just we all have our preferences. Some people say Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is the best time. I've had really good auctions on other days. So I listed on Saturday, not thinking too much that it would draw so much attention. And in one day it had like 12 watchers. And then over the next couple days, it had 2 more watchers. I think it ended up with 14 watchers, and it got a bid on, in the first day for the $49. I'm like, oh, awesome. Sadly, it only had 1 more bid. So it sold for $52, but it sold for $52 in 7 days. I very clearly listed, I don't know the year of this. I can clearly tell it's vintage. It's intricate. I showed pictures of the little clasp. I tried to show, I think I picked, whatever. Moral of the story, I would rather sell something, even if they know something that I don't, and they're going to go flip it for $300. I would rather just move it and know that I am not going to know all the details, and I don't want to lie in my listings. So I was honest. I listed it as best as I could with photos that I thought were clear. The soaking did help tremendously. So I think it was worth picking up, and it's getting shipped off today. So I'm excited about that. Will someone else flip it? Maybe. And that's okay with me. Sometimes those quick movers without doing any research is my cup of tea. This is just a little tank top. It's Lucky brand, but it's size XL. It's going to be more of a fitted style, but you know, some people love their camo, and this is kind of a neutral gray camo. So I grabbed that. I'll probably get 15, 18 for that. This is a Free People romper. Yeah. And it is a size extra small. This I think would actually be pretty cute this fall with some high boots or even ankle boots. Like if it's not too cold of a day, you know, like I'm in that phase of wearing shorts and sweaters right now, or shorts and long sleeves, that kind of period. But yeah, I thought this was pretty cute. Just a little denim romper with a little waist tie. So anytime the tie is included, I'm always thrilled. Now there were a couple marks on that, so I might only get 30 to 40, but probably closer to 30, 35, but we'll see. This is just cloth and stone, size medium. It's a little chambray, sleeveless, button front top. I'll probably only get about 15 for this. I see these pretty often, but it is a great basic comfort. You can layer this, and yeah. All right, here's another Free People. I think my mom grabbed this one. She was not having a good hard goods day this day, so she was helping look for some clothing, which I appreciate. This is Free People, size medium. This is just a little midi dress, and it's just kind of a tiered. It's at least got the one. It's kind of comes in at the waistline, but obviously this is a really great example of showing a dress that does not fit in my screen, but you get what I mean. It's just basic. With this, you know, it's not some like crazy boho fun thing from Free People, but I have sold black dresses similar to this, and they usually do sell fairly well for me, so I'm expecting about 35 for this. This is a nice little spring item, spring, summer, lightweight. This is Adriana Goldschmid. I do not pick this brand up all that much, especially with the jeans that are kind of outdated, but I just thought the lightweight pink and white striped, it's got a little bit of a cold shoulder. I kind of liked a little bit of the asymmetrical aspect to some of the seams. Super lightweight. I'll probably get maybe 20. If it sits for a while, maybe 15, but I thought it was pretty cute. And Adriana Goldschmid is a pretty pricey brand, so. This is a Walter Baker top. And I used to pick up Walter Baker in the beginning of my reselling journey, and then I realized it just doesn't sell all that well for me. There's a couple different lines of Walter Baker, W17 or something, W12, I can't remember. There's a few different tags. This is just Walter Baker. This probably retailed for $100 to $150, so it's not the cheapest, but the resale market for me has never been that great. I did like this style. It's a fairly simple boho, and then on the back, it's got the tie and then a little bit of an exposed V back. So kind of a baby doll style. I thought it was a nice fall piece, pair with jeans, but we'll see. Probably only expect, 20 for that. This is, sometimes you just have to pick up a fast fashion piece because you like the style and it's a good size. So this is Shein Curve. I will probably only get 15, 18 for this. But as I've said before, at the bins, if there's a fast fashion piece that I think could get some more life out of it, then it makes that fast fashion piece, I think, better for the environment if you can get more wares from these brands. I don't like supporting these brands personally because of various reasons, but I thought someone would really like this. It's just a little maxi dress. It's got a little bit of a cutout. I love black floral. The bottom hem is pretty cute. I feel like this is a really great wedding dress for someone. Some people don't like wearing black to weddings. I don't know, black floral, that doesn't bother me. But, or that wouldn't bother me. But yeah, so 1XL, and let's get some more life. All right, last bag, a few pairs of shoes and a couple oddball things. This is one of the oddball things, and this is a vintage hat. I like picking up hats at the bins because I get to use my hat mannequin, and I also get to show you that hats just don't fit on my head. Oh my gosh. If this did though, it's too close to my hair color. I would love to be that girl that could wear a beret. Okay, it does not fit. I mean, like we're not even close to getting on, but isn't that kind of cute? I don't know. I think mom picked this up. It's kind of a mustardy yellow, but again, a color I probably wouldn't wear because it's too close to my hair. This is Dobbs Fifth Avenue, and there is a small tear on the lining right here. Totally fine. I think it's absolutely adorable. Someone who just wants a little fun pop and has a tiny head. Not a tiny head. You could probably have just a regular head. I have a larger head and I have accepted it. So I just think this is absolutely cute. I almost feel like I could do a thumbnail with this, but it doesn't fit correctly. So like, how would you even, do you like wear it to this? Oh my gosh, look how cute that is. It's like those hats that they wear to the Derby. This isn't a Derby hat. I know the difference, but I mean, I understand there's a difference, but it kind of has that like, okay, I'm going to stop. Comps for this, I couldn't find any exactly like this, but a lot of the Dobbs hats that were vintage, some of them were $20 to $30. So that's what I'm expecting. We will see. New with tags, Victoria's Secret little slippers, absolutely adorable, perfect for the season that's coming up, brand new. There is no price on here, but I did look at the prices for similar. Oh gosh, now I've got hat hair. And I think these probably only retailed for $40 or something. So I might only get 20 for them, but I thought they were pretty cute. And they're lightweight for, you know, shoes. I think it was Ginger Marvin. She picks up these little things, jelly cats. I found one. Unfortunately, this little hat on this little London, I think it's a cat, kind of has a cat whiskers. The stitching right here either needs to be restitched or it could just chill. Anyways, Jellycat London. This is a little plush, and she had talked about them one time. And I saw it in the bin. I was like, let's give a Jellycat a try. I don't know. I'm not a plush person and I'm not excited about plush, but I thought this one was pretty cute. The comps for this specific, I mean, some of them can sell for $100, $200. So I looked this one up. It wasn't some high dollar one, but if I could get $15 or $20, how cute. So we'll see. I'm not going to turn into a plush person, but no shame to anyone else. There's some decent plush out there. So these are a pair of Steve Madden boots, just a classic ankle pair of boots, little zipper on the back, and fall. I'm all about boots right now. I'm trying to find 2 new pairs for myself. So we'll see. I'm keeping an eye out. I forgot. This was in my lap. This is just Victoria's Secret little nightie. I've said this before. Chemise. It's spelled CHEMISE. I look at it and I want to say chemist, but I know that's not the correct pronunciation. I think it's CH almost like my last name. CH but chemise, I don't know. Anyways, someone will correct me. This is a gold label. I know when I first started, I remember someone saying like they price these higher. These are more valuable. I haven't noticed that, but this is a size large. It's a beautiful color, and I'm expecting about 20, maybe 25 for that. Probably 20. Here's a pair of Rag & Bone boots that I have sold a couple times. It's one of their more classic styles. Now this does have some light signs of wear, but it's good for the season. These are a size 38, so probably good for a 7.5 and maybe up to 8. I always, with boots, because people wear socks, or for me at least, I always go a half size larger than my normal size, but that's just me personally. So, and I forgot to take the stuffing out. But yeah, these are pretty cute. And with this style, you can see some scuffs right here. With this style in this condition, I'll probably only get about 35, probably 35, maybe 40. I do have a couple watchers on them, so that's nice. Here are some rock climbing shoes. And I do like picking up sporty equipment. Whoops, that's from me. That's just dirt from being in the bag. But the brand is La Sportiva. And I think it said made in Italy on the inside. Rock climbing shoes are so weird, but they serve a purpose. So the comps for this brand, I did find the style, range somewhere between 30 to 40. So we will see. And then last but not least, I picked up this cute belt. It's unbranded and I just really liked the style. It's got some beading, it's boho. I felt like this would be a really good belt to just wrap around your waist. The only thing is the clasp is not the most secure. I mean, it will, if it's around your waist, you can wear it. But for me, it doesn't feel as secure with that type of clasp, but I really liked it. So because it's unbranded, I might only get $15 for this and I'm okay. Hopefully it makes someone happy because I think it's pretty adorable. And that's it. That's my big bins haul. I'm really glad I went back after lunch and found some great stuff. And I need to go to the bins again soon. Unfortunately without my mom, but maybe I'll see some of you guys there. If you're in the LA area, be sure to say hi and I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to hit the thumbs up. Bye guys.